We are talking about the articulation of the capitulum and tuberculum of each of either the thoracic vertebrae or the ribs. So how do they really function? We say that the tuberculum, what we call the tuberculum, facet on each side, on each transverse process of the thoracic vertebrae articulates with the tuberculum of the rib, while the capitulum, or what you call the capitular demifacets. Demi means half. Demifacets on the centrum articulate with capitulum of the rib. What do we mean by this articulation of the rib and the thoracic cavity, either on the tuberculum and the capitulum? What you call the tuberculum and the capitulum. So I'm going to just do a small demonstration of how this articulation of both the thoracic cavity and the ribs are actually articulating. So with me, I have two types of bones. This is what you call the thoracic vertebrae, and this is the rib, the structure of the left rib. This is the structure of the right rib. So how are they articulating? This is the manner in which they are going to be articulating. There we've said the tuberculum facet on each transverse process. This is the transverse process. This is the transverse process. Articulates with the tuberculum of the rib. So this is the tuberculum of the rib, and this is the tuberculum of the facet. So that is the manner in which they are going to be articulating. You can be able to see that articulation process there. Then the capitulum demifacets on the centrum articulates with the capitulum of the ribs. This is the capitulum, this part on the centrum. You can be able to see this rib is being fixed there. Then this particular part is getting fixed onto the centrum. So the capitular demifacets on the centrum, they are here. Okay, this is the structure of the centrum. Articulates with the capitulum of the rib. This is the capitulum of the rib. So that articulation goes like that. So you can be able to see the articulation of the thoracic vertebrae and that one of the ribs. Then towards the front of the ribs, down here, there is going to be what we call the sternum, which is the front part of the thoracic cavity. So the sternum is going to be articulated onto this part and also onto these other parts here. So that is what we call articulation of the thoracic vertebrae together with the ribs.